I'm back, and this time we're not in the car. I'm back at the dining table, and we're here for day 17 of me looking to master the art of communication. And this time, we're ditching the AI prompt again, and I'm going to tell the story of when I first started to run. So, for those of you who don't know, I've gotten into running for almost the last year and a half, and since that time, I've run marathons, half marathons, 5Ks, anything of the sort. And I want to tell the story today of how I actually started running. But this story dates back many, many years. So if you go back 10, 15 years when I was in elementary school and when I was in high school, I was always looked at as one of the slowest kids. Whenever we were playing cops and robbers, whenever we were playing soccer, whenever we were doing the beep test, I was one of the first guys to not make it through to the beep test, and I was one of the last guys to ever make it anywhere in a race. So that's kind of the backstory there. And throughout the entirety of my childhood, even into my teenage years, when I would run, I'd run with a slightly unorthodox form, which had people calling me a Oompa Loompa. So with that, I developed the identity and the belief that me, myself, Krish Goswami, am in no shape, way, or form a runner. Fast forward a few years, and I meet one of my best friends. His name's Nick, and he is in fact a runner. He signed up for a marathon the year prior, is engaging in training for a half Ironman, and he gives me a phone call and he's like, "Hey, do you want to run a half marathon?" Now let's backtrack a week or two before. I was playing basketball with some buddies and I actually landed on my ankle and sprained it. So at this point, when I had the phone call, my ankle is purple. So I said, "Nick, that's a terrible idea. I'm not going through with it." And then a week later, I get another message just demonstrating how so many different people have kind of joined in on this journey for running. And he asked me again if I wanted to do it. And this time I said, "You know what? I don't know." And the first two questions I asked were, how long is it? And what is the maximum amount of time that I can take to do it? So already my mind was in a failure state. From that, he kind of chewed me out a bit, but he told me to start off with a 6K run. So I do a 6K run, and keep in mind, I've never run more than 5K at this time, and it was absolutely brutal in the middle of summer, absolutely blazing hot. My ankle was still a tad bit purple, and I start to run. Not knowing the concept of pacing, not knowing the concept of how long a kilometer even feels, I just ran for 3 kilometers straight. And I ran and I ran and I ran. And then I threw up for the first time. And my legs started to give out. So I just kept moving, echoing between walking and running and walking and running and walking and running, and then I threw up for the second time. And fast forward a few minutes, I threw up for the third time, and by the time I got home, I was drastically dehydrated and had no inkling of an imagination that I would be able to do a half marathon. And then I thought to myself, if I threw up 3 times on my first run, can't get much worse than this. And that's exactly what happened. It didn't. And now I can sit here and say that I'm a runner. Thank you.